Hello and good day everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Sir Marcy, and for today's video, I'm going to discuss Quarter 3, Week 6 of our module. The title of our lesson for today is all about similarity of figures and triangle. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing and hit the notification bell so you'll be updated with my latest videos. Before we start our lesson, let's try to check first what is the content of this module. Okay, in this module, it was designed and written with you in mind, and it is here to help you master similarity of triangles. The scope of this module permits it to be used in many different learning situations. The language used recognizes the diverse vocabulary level of students. The lessons are arranged to follow the standard sequence of the course, but the order in which you read them can be changed to correspond with the textbook you are using now. This module contains lessons about Lesson 1, which is the similarity of figures, and Lesson 2, that is all about similarity of triangles. After going through this module, you are expected to, number 1, illustrate similarity of polygons, and number 2, prove the conditions of similarity of triangles using the following. 2.1, we have AA similarity theorem. 2.2, SAS similarity theorem. 2.3, SSS similarity theorem. 2.4, right angle similarity theorem. And 2.5, special right triangle theorem. Okay, so if you are ready, let's start our lesson. Before we proceed with our lesson for today, similarity of figures, balikan natin yung lesson natin last week. Okay, na-discuss na natin last week ang tungkol sa ratio and proportions and paano natin sinusolve yung missing term. So for today, we will answer problem number 1, problem number 2, and problem number 5 only. So let's start. In problem number 1, we have 3 is to 2 is equal to x is to 14. So, para ma-solve natin or makuha natin yung missing term, i-apply natin yung product of the means is equal to the product of the extremes. Remember, yung 3 and 14 dito, these are called extremes. And yung 2 and x is what we call the mean. So, we just multiply them. So, 2 times x, that is 2x, is equal to the product of the extremes. We have 3 times 14, that is 42. From here, we divide both sides of the equation by 2. Okay, so this cancelled out. Then x is equal to 42 divided by 2. The answer is 21. And this is the value of x. Okay? Next is number 2. Para makuha natin yung value ng x sa number 2, so we write it as x all over 27 is equal to 5 all over 45. So this is another way of writing the proportion. So there are many ways in solving for the value of x here, but I'm going to present one of the possible solution. So instead of cross-multiplying this, so ang una munang gagawin ko is I'm going to reduce 5 all over 45. So I know that 5 all over 45 is divisible by 5 and I can reduce it. So the lowest term of 5 all over 45 is 1 all over 9. After nating ma-reduce yung 5 all over 45 to lowest term, that is the time we will now apply cross product. So x times 9, that is 9x, is equal to 27 times 1, the answer is 27. And from here, we can divide both sides of the equation by 9. So, cancelled out na to. Then, x is equal to 27 divided by 9. The value of x is 3. Okay? And for our last example, we have problem number 5. So, we write it again. That is x all over 14 is equal to 52 all over 91. So, tulad ng ginawa natin sa example number 2 or problem number 2, so we will reduce first 52 all over 91. So, if we simplify this, the answer here is 4 all over 7. Then we now apply cross product. I have here 7x is equal to 4 multiplied to 14. So I'll divide this by 7. Okay, cancel out. And then check natin. 4 times 14 all over 7. We can divide 14 and 7. So 14 divided by 7, that is 2. So what is left now is x is equal to 4 multiplied to 2. And what is 4 times 2? The value of x in problem number 5 is 8. Okay, so I hope that at this point is alam na natin kung paano mag-solve ng missing term ng proportion. And we will now proceed with our lesson, which is similarity of figures. Okay, before we start, again, let's try to analyze first this problem. Okay, and then we're going to answer the questions that follow. Okay, so here it goes. For their TLE project, Mario and Juan will make a triangular traffic signs that is made of wood. Mario constructed a triangle whose sides measures 4 cm, 6 cm, and 8 cm. That is figure 1. Okay? Juan constructed another one whose sides measure 6 cm, 9 cm, and 12 cm. So that is figure 2. They noticed that their triangles had the same shape but not the same size. So here is the question. What do you observe about their corresponding sides? When we say corresponding sides, these are sides that are on the same side or the same spot but in of different figures. Okay? So here, if we have side AB, so side AB corresponds to side DE. Okay? So that's 1. Take note, this symbol here means corresponds. Okay? Or corresponds to. Next is we have segment BC corresponds to segment EF. And lastly, we have segment AC or side AC corresponds to segment DF. Okay? So, also examine the corresponding sides. They have different measures, right? So, for side AB, that measures 4, and for side DE, that measures 6 cm. Okay? But then take note, they are corresponding sides. Now, let's move on with question number 2. What can you say about the ratio of their corresponding sides? So, we're going to get the ratio. So, meaning we have segment AB all over segment DE. So, the measure of segment AB is 4 cm all over DE, which is 6 cm. Okay, if we're going to get the ratio of AB all over DE, the answer here is 2 all over 3. Next, let's try to get the ratio of segment BC and segment EF. Segment BC all over segment EF. That means the measure of segment BC here is 6 cm all over the measure of segment EF, that is 9. If we're going to get the ratio of 6 all over 9, that is also 2/3. Next, we have segment AC all over segment DF. So, segment AC measures 8 cm all over. We have the measure of DF, which is 12 cm. So, this is cancelled out just like the rest. So, the units are cancelled out. Then, 8 all over 12. What is the ratio or lowest term of 8 all over 12? The answer is also 2/3. Okay? So, the ratio of the corresponding sides are 2/3. Now, what can you conclude about their corresponding sides? The corresponding sides here are equal ratio, or we say proportion. Okay? So, notice that segment AB all over DE is equal to 2/3. So, meaning to say that the corresponding sides AB all over DE is equal to BC all over EF is equal to AC all over DF. take note that their ratio are equal. So that's all 2/3, or they are equal in proportion. Let's now define what is the difference between congruents and similar figures. When we say congruent figures, they have exactly the same size and shape. And when two figures are congruent, you can slide or turn so it can fit exactly on the other. So let's say, for example, we have here, let's say a circle. Okay? Okay, let's say we turn this. Okay? So if we will rotate this one, okay, we know that they are exactly the same size and shape, right? So when we fit them, so they are still on the same size and shape. So that is what we call congruent figures. So just like in this example, I have here two similar smartphones. Okay, so they have the same size and shape. Also, the pages of the book, so they are still on the same size and shape. Okay, so that is what is meant by congruent figures. And when we say similar figures, they are of the same shape but not necessarily the same size. Okay, so that is similar figures. So just like in the picture below, that is the image of a cat. The pictures have the same shape but with different sizes. Therefore, these pictures are similar. And two figures are similar if, number 1, corresponding angles are congruent, and number 2, corresponding sides are proportional. Therefore, the ratio of the length of corresponding side is called similarity ratio or scale factor. Just like in our previous activity, we have figure 1, which is triangle ABC, is similar to triangle DEF. Okay, so triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF. Okay, so that ends our lesson for today. I hope you learned something new. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing and hit the notification bell so you'll be updated with my latest videos. Goodbye!